all the different guys you can potentially play. We're going to start with Thor, and going to be starting with introducing characters of the that you basically get for free when you start playing the game. You start with 5 different Smite gods. Thor, Guan Yu, Neith, just thinking about these right now, Ra, and... oh, I know what the other one is. No, I don't. Thor, Guan Yu, Neith, Ra, and there's one other. Anyway, that being said, so we're going to start with Thor. Thor is of the assassin class, so their primary focus is just being the frightening ones that do damage. So, Thor's powers, first is Mjolnir's attunement. Basically, he throws Mjolnir forward. Now, you can use it just to throw it and watch it come back, and it does damage both ways. The other thing is if you activate the power again while it's thrown, you will teleport to wherever the hammer is at that point. Tectonic Rift is a stun ability. And that's pretty much it. It stuns everybody in line, and it kind of does block off traffic just a little bit. And the last of his main powers is Berserker Barrage. Yeah, think Wolverine from Marvel vs. Capcom. Berserker Barrage allows him to basically, he spins around with the hammer and hits people. His last ability is Anvil of Dawn. And Anvil of Dawn, basically he goes up into the air and he drops down and stuns people, does about a damage. Depending on what you want to do with him, kind of depends on the equipment that you're going to pick. I like to have a very critically Thor, so I go into critical very heavily. So as you can see, there's application of the different powers. So here's Mjolnir's attunement, basically throw in the hammer. Really good for taking out lines of foes and to throw a bit of damage at the enemy gods. Tectonic Rift, like so. And we've got people stunned, and then Barrage. As your damage builds up, you're able to do more and more with that. So finally... oh, need mana first. So we'll head back. So, of all the assassins, he's a pretty damage-heavy kind of guy. 3 out of 4 of his abilities do damage of some way. The only one that doesn't is the Tectonic Rift. All it does is stun. So, when you're looking at that, take into account that it only does actually stun your foes. Alright, let's give them something to think about. And... oh, and we missed abysmally. Oh, and we get stunned. Oh, almost caught him on the backswing. So sometimes you're going to want to switch up for going for the the actual teleport, especially if you want to catch a foe that's kind of getting away. Ooh, I'm taking a lot more hits than I should have. And there we go. Go for a quick little kill. Stun you so you can't go anywhere. Nope, time to get out of here. So as you upgrade, a lot of what you're going to want to do is look at what you're going to be doing on the battlefield. And this is the same for any character that you play. You're gonna focus it around the enemies that you face and the team that's at your disposal. So in my case, I've got a pretty diverse group of people, so I kind of can fill as close to my primary role as I can, which is just dealing damage, ending enemies before they get a chance to really get off the ground, like so. And so, depending on what your situation is, how you're gonna upgrade. Now, if you let it auto upgrade, that works as well. I know a lot of these guys really have to plan ahead. So, oh, I can't reach him. Oh, I'm gonna get stunned by Guan Yu here. Time to make a break for it. Let's keep them off my tail. Okay. Now let's make it easier for you guys. Somebody got stunned. I'm going to head back and keep working on this critical. And so what you're going to notice is with the particular items I purchased, now I do this a lot with both assassins and hunters, is I buy a lot of the critical damage, because as you progress, especially with this first one that you take, Deathbringer, its passive ability, critical damage, strike damage is increased by 40%. Once your critical is getting up there where it happens fairly often, you're going to see a huge increase in the amount of damage you do with your basic attacks in just about any encounter. And that's going to be huge, especially late game. Because once you're the guy that's doing all the damage late game, you're going to really... your team is going to really depend on your ability to be reliably hurting them. Oh, there we go. This time we actually got it. Alright. The other thing is an important thing, especially for hunters because of their range, and I'll get into that once I get to Neath and a couple other hunters later on, is that they are very much an important part, especially in arena at least. Their big role is taking care of, a lot of times that I find, is taking care of minions, because of how quickly they can kill minions. Now their warriors can really work up their damage as well, so they can deal with a lot of minion control as well. But in the end, you're probably going to be doing most of that minion control, because you just do more damage than anybody else on the table potentially, depending on how you build yourself. Oh, we're going to watch out for damage there. Oh, okay, we're in trouble. Time to go. So the one thing I'm not so great at right now is relic use. And that's something that probably most of the best Smite players are going to be really good at, is proper application of their relics over the course of a battle. And same with the items you purchase. Oh, somebody's going to pick on a friend of mine and run away. Nowhere for you. Oh, watch out. Okay, so my critical damage isn't way up there right now. But if you see the... ow, I finally got shut down. Oh well. Oh, wow, cooldown timer. So... but yeah. Increasing how fast you attack is another really good one. So anything that increases attack speed is another really good purchase for you, because that'll allow you to hit more often and critical more often. It kind of goes hand in hand. The more often you hit, the more chances you have to critical. The more chances you have to critical, the more kills you're going to get, the more guys are going to drop really, really quickly under your assault. Watching our Hercules here, not really getting out of the way of Bacchus there, or yeah, Bacchus, and his stun abilities. So staying mobile as an assassin is kind of essential to your survival. Most assassins have really good methods of getting in and out of situations really, really quickly. Whether it's an effective leap attack, alright, that allows you to get in there, or whatever means, whether it's also using appropriate relics that allow you to teleport, and various other things like that. Alright, watching your health is a good thing. I'm a little bad at that. And buying upgrades as soon as you... it's kind of up to you. I find I purchase them as soon as I can afford them, or I have a nasty habit to just save up until I think I've got enough. Just like lump sum and all of a sudden come back out there like a terror on the battlefield. You're going to get a lot of different views on that, and definitely check out different playstyles, try different items, see what works for you over the course of battles, because the same items you use in one match may not help you in the next. Because if you're fighting guys that are really high, high defenses or something like that, you're going to find even your criticals aren't doing as much as you'd like them to. And that makes it very hard. And facing certain foes, like, we're facing off against, I'm pretty certain he's a Guardian. You know, is how he take huge amount of punishment before even getting tired. Whereas Miss Chang'e here, I'm not going to finish that play. And knowing when to run away is probably a really good idea, because you're probably not going to have as many hit points as some of the other foes that you face off against. So you're going to want to do that. So then that's another option right there. Just upping your upping your defense or your health can turn it in your favor if you want to be more sustained in a combat. Some assassins lend to that. Other assassins lend to just being really quick in and out. Loki being a good example of that, and I'll show you him in a later segment or a later video, or however I'm going to do this. I don't know yet. Okay, so they're all retreating. Other thing is, one of the best buffs for being an assassin is the damage buff. You're going to see a ton of damage come at your enemies, and you're just going to be able to pound on them and just rack in the kills. As long as you can keep your streak alive, you're going to do stuff like that. Really, really easy. Just come in, finish a guy off, and down he goes. So getting those damage buffs as an assassin can be really good, especially late game, once you've bought a lot of your upgrades that you need. And once you're fully upgraded, you're good to roll. You just pour on the damage and just do stuff like this. You just come in here, swinging for tons of damage, finishing the guys off. Oh, we're gonna tempt fate here. Nope, can't do it. All right, but him on the other hand, he'll go down, and so will she. Like that. Come on. Oh darn, her damage is up too. I'm gonna be down for a couple of minutes here. Okay, so we're just gonna finish up the critical tree. I want to improve his attack speed. So, and the great thing about the passive ability on this one, let's go take a look at that really quick, is every 4th basic attack triggers a chain lightning, and both versions of this do this. This one does a set amount, 20 damage. This does 50% of your total basic attack power. So if you up your attack power with that, you can throw a lot of damage out in these chains all over the place, and just drive people crazy. In fact, oh, I almost had enough to level that. So with being critical, you're going to rely a fair chunk on basic attacks, because that's where a lot of your criticals are going to come from, is your basic attacks. You can't critical with most of your regular attacks. Ouch, 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 ouch. We're in trouble. Must escape. There we go, and we are safe. So while we're here, let's go drop a hammer on somebody's head. I'm not going to hit anybody. Oh, I got him. And take him out with a hammer. Let's stun some people so they can't cause us any trouble. We'll move in. Oh, and we get a second one. Oh, and we got clipped by the tower, but that's alright. So, as you can see, minions just fall before you. Mighty swing of Yawn Hammer. The enemies will fall. Go in here, cause some trouble. Ah, well. He's not getting away, though. Neither is she. Guan Yu might get away. Oh, we're not going to be able to finish that job, but that's fine. And we teleport and just kind of slip behind him. That's kind of fun to do. Let's get out of there. Level that up. No, you made a mistake. Hopefully I didn't. Oh, no, her minions. Watch out for minions getting in your way of your attacks. And this qualifies for any class. Good. I find some of the really good players will use their minions for cover. And that's perfectly okay. Because once they use them for cover, you can't get in. Alright, so we want to go for a nice... Lifesteal's okay. Let's go straight up for attack speed with a decent power boost. We're just going to require this one here. There we go. Still got a couple seconds. So now, in a perfect world, once I can start getting more money, I'm going to buy other items that will boost me. But I'm half expecting my allies to win the game before I even get out there. Or at least get very close. Alright, let's go see about getting us a damage buff. Let's see if we can't finish this game. Excuse me. Oh, there it is. Well, they aren't going to see this coming. Hi. Down one goes. Oh, and it was Ao Kwong that finished him off. But hey, I threw in a hammer. And there you go. So there's Thor. Fairly straightforward. You're gonna work a lot on his mobility because he can do a decent amount of damage, and he's really good at controlling the battlefield. A well-timed stun can make all of the difference if another player gets the opportunity to throw down an ultimate or come in with a quick hit. You know, that's what's going to happen there. So, there you go, Thor.